y'all, welcome back to Right at the Wire. Well, today we're going to be looking at the Amsterdam Stakes as part of our Saratoga Daily Stakes play, and it will be run on Friday's card, and it's a good field, so let's take a look at it. The Amsterdam Stakes is a Grade 2 run at 6.5 furlongs on the dirt for 3-year-olds only, and it's the 10th race on the Friday card at Saratoga. Number 1 is Drew's Gold. Hasn't done anything wrong in his entire career, improves steadily with every single race. The Woody Stevens, last time he ran against Arabian Lion, who's really been resurrected since getting back with Bob Baffert. Can't really hold that against him. Ran a 106 buyer. It's the tops here. And I think this horse is a real comer and is certainly the top of the 3-year-old sprint division. So I think now the Saratoga track isn't necessarily playing that well to early speed, but he can rate if necessary, and I just think he's in great shape coming in third off the layoff right now and is a logical win candidate in this race. Joey Freshwater, number 2, benefited from weak fields at Aqueduct this winter and did pretty well, won the Bayshore. But you see when they've ratcheted up the class level a little bit, he's been somewhat wanting. The quick call coming off the turf wasn't the greatest of fields, and nobody was going to beat Uncashed. That horse was just a monster, and really looking forward to seeing him run for the rest of the year. So Linda Rice, while being a great trainer and is red hot at Saratoga, stakes are not something she does well, graded stakes in particular. And this horse, the buyers are pretty light coming in, so I would consider this one underneath at best, and I would probably lean towards tossing. Deer District is trained by Dale Romans, a great guy, comes up to Saratoga every year, and this one is on a steady surge forward. You see the last 3 has been improving with each race. Big jump up with the 97 in the last race, and you see won by open lengths in an optional claimer. A little bit of concern there that there might be a regression after such a big effort, but has had a freshening, and wouldn't put it past Dale Romans to steal this one. Just sitting off the pace, could make one run if there's a bit of a meltdown. So there are, you're going to get a decent price as well. So this is one to think about. Gilmore, trained by Brendan Walsh, his barn is continuing its role from Keeneland onward. It's been pretty hot. You get a Rod Ortiz aboard the regular rider. This one is another one that is continuing to progress. And it's been making significant jumps in the last couple, from a 78, 93, 104. Those are big. It's reminiscent of Arcangelo prior to the Belmont. So is a regression possible? Yeah, slight one. Arcangelo regressed and he still won the Belmont. So is it possible he can win this race? Yes. He'll be sitting off the pace. He'll be making a run late. And it could set up very well for him. The thing you got to worry about is this one just can't seem to find the winner's circle. Lots of seconds and thirds. So then you have to start wondering if that's the best he'll ever do. It remains to be seen. At this point right now, I think it's certainly logical to think he does have a shot at winning this. The question will be whether or not he's too far back to get it done. Right now, I look at him and I think more under than I do win candidate, but it's very conceivable he could take another jump forward and win this. But right now, I'm going to think about him as under. Rivet, number 5, is a win machine. He has won 5 straight, trained by Steve Asmussen. In the Chick Lang in particular, really didn't expect that type of effort out of him, and he just got on the lead and there was no stopping him. He was really resolute all the way through and pretty impressive in doing so. Came right back in the max field and repeated. So this one's in top form right now. You do see the buyers are a little light comparatively to some of the others, but you know what? They were in the Chick Lang as well, and he just took another step forward. So this one, I think, is one you got to worry about. He will be on the engine. I got a feeling Drew's Gold just might let him get right to the lead. And then it'll be a question of whether he's good enough. Every indication is he's in top form. I just think Drew's Gold is a little better, and if he's right off his throat latch, I think he'll do him in at the end. But Rivet, certainly in good form. think under is probably more likely. Then we've got the wild card of the race, New York Thunder. Now he was going to run on turf, I believe it was, or on dirt. There was a stakes race that he was going to be in, and everybody was all excited to bet him, and he scratched out of it. So maybe I don't know what the reasoning was, but the point is this one's never run on dirt. A couple good, really solid efforts on synthetic, and another on turf. He's undefeated. Um, he seems to train well on dirt. If you look at his tab, you see a lot of bullets. So I'm not going to say that that's a problem. The big issue, of course, is he's moving up significantly in class, and I never like horses who win easily at lower levels when they step up in class, unless it's really obvious that they're, just a world beater. But this one, I'm not so sure about that. You do see in the Woodstock, you got a 97 on synthetic. Moving from all weather to dirt is certainly a good thing. I think the fitness will be there. But I do, being on the outside and having to deal with Rivet right next door to him and likely Drew's Gold, I got a feeling this one might be eaten up by the pace. So I'm going to lean elsewhere, although I could see possibly if things slow down for some reason, this one could hang out and end up getting a slice. But I think under is more the limit to what this one can do, and I would actually lean towards tossing. So here's what our top five looks like for the Amsterdam Stakes. Number one is Drew's Gold. I think he's demonstrated that he's the class of the field. He fires every time and he gets better every time. Came out of the Woody Stevens rating against Arabian Lion. I'm not going to hold that against him. And I think he can either take command of the pace or be just off of it. Either way, I think he has the best shot at taking this one down. So Drew's Gold, number one. Number two is Rivet. He's a win machine. He's won 5 in a row, and he's shown a lot of grit, and that's the thing that really impresses me more than anything else. So I think he'll be up on the engine. I think Drew's Gold will probably overtake him late, but I like this one to hang in there because he's shown he's tough as nails. Number 3 is Gilmore. We're not sure about this one yet. He just doesn't seem to be able to find the winner's circle, but he's certainly improving. I just don't know. When you see a horse with seconds and thirds like that, it's hard to think about them on top. He could certainly win this if there is a meltdown of some kind, but I'm thinking underneath is probably more likely for him. Deer District, I think, is coming in to the race in really good form. I do worry a little bit about a regression as I do with Gilmore, but I think he'll be able to pick up the pieces and likely can get under. And who knows? At that last effort down at Churchill was pretty good. If he can build off of that, then he may be able to steal this one. It's possible. You're going to get a price either way, so I think he's a good use. And then number 5 is Joey Freshwater. I just don't think he's good enough to win this race. However, I think he can possibly pick up the pieces late. I don't think he'll be up on the engine or up anywhere near the leaders. So he'll be coming late and maybe can get a stakes placing for Linda Rice underneath. But that's the extent of his participation in this race, I think. So that's the top 5 for the Amsterdam Stakes. We're going to do this every day that Saratoga has a racing. They have a stakes race every day, so you can count on a posting for daily stakes there. If you do like content like this, go on over to our website at rightatthewire.com. We've got Saratoga blanketed. You've got daily selections, full card analysis, 2-year-old maiden analysis, all available to you. So go on over there and take a look. If you do like what you see here, of course, please like and subscribe. It does help to keep us going, and we do thank you for coming by, and we hope to see you again for sure. So there'll be more content from me on the YouTube channel, and be on the lookout for that this weekend. I think there's going to be some major stakes races to take a look at, and we'll be posting for those as well. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be talking to you in the near future. So until then, be well.